Hello everyone, today we are going to take a basic look about the pattern of PTE examination. This test has 4 sections: speaking, writing, reading and listening. Let's talk about each and every section in detail. In part 1 you will be tested on your speaking and writing skills. The time given to this section is 77 to 93 minutes. First task of speaking is personal introduction. The personal introduction is an opportunity for you to give your selected institutions some information about yourself. You will have 25 seconds to read the prompt and prepare your response, and then 30 seconds to record your response. This item is not scored. Second task is read aloud. In this task you need to read the given text. You have 30-40 seconds to prepare, depending on the length of the passage. You hear a short tone. After the tone, start speaking immediately. Do not start speaking before the microphone opens because your voice will not be recorded. Be careful if you remain silent for longer than 3 seconds, the recording will stop. Third task of speaking is repeat sentence. For this item type you need to repeat the sentence you hear. The audio begins to play automatically. When the audio finishes, the microphone opens and the recording status box shows recording. Speak into the microphone immediately, there is no short tone, and repeat exactly what you heard. Fourth task is describe image. For this item type you need to describe an image. You have 25 seconds to study the image and prepare your response. You hear a short tone. After the tone, start speaking immediately. Do not start speaking before the microphone opens because your voice will not be recorded. You should speak clearly. There is no need to rush. Fifth task is retell lecture. For this item type you need to retell what you heard. The audio begins to play automatically. You may also see an image related to the audio. After the audio finishes, you have 10 seconds to prepare. The recording status box displays a countdown until the microphone opens. You hear a short tone. After the tone, start speaking immediately. Do not start speaking before the microphone opens because your voice will not be recorded. Last and final task of speaking is short question-answer. For this item type you need to reply to the question in 1 or a few words. The audio begins to play automatically. You may also see an image. When the audio finishes, the microphone opens and the recording status box shows recording. Speak into the microphone immediately, there is no short tone, and answer the question with 1 or a few words. After speaking, another section is writing. The first task of writing is summarize written text. For this item type you need to write a summary of the text in 1 sentence. You have 10 minutes to write your summary. Make sure to include the main points of the reading passage in a full, single sentence of no more than 75 words. The word count at the bottom of the screen counts the number of words you write. There are also cut, copy and paste buttons which you may use while constructing your summary. The second and main task of writing is essay writing. For this item type you need to write a 200-300 word argumentative essay in response to a prompt. You have 20 minutes to write your essay. The word count at the bottom of the screen counts the number of words you write. Make sure to write a minimum of 200 words, but no more than 300 words. In part 2 you will be tested on your reading skills, which will take 32 to 41 minutes. The first task of reading is multiple choice, single answer. For this item type you need to read the passage and answer the multiple choice question. There are several possible response options but only one is correct. To select an option, click on it using the left button on your mouse. If you change your mind, left-click on the option again to deselect it, or left-click on a different option. The second task of reading is multiple choice, multiple answer. For this item type you need to read the passage and answer the multiple choice question. There is more than one correct response. You need to select all the response options that you think are correct from the list of possible options. The third task of reading is reorder paragraph. For this item type, you need to restore the original order of the text by selecting text boxes and dragging them across the screen. This task is one of the most scoring tasks of reading. The fourth task of reading fill in the blanks one. For this item type you need to drag and drop words across the screen to correctly fill in the gaps in the text. There is a passage with some missing words. You have a list of words in the blue box that you can use to fill the gaps in the text. There are more words than gaps, so you will not use all the words provided. Left-click on a word to select it, keep the left mouse button held down and drag the word to the gap where you want to place it. The fifth task of reading is fill in the blank 2. For this item type, you need to select the most appropriate words from a drop-down list to restore the text. There is a passage with some missing words. Beside each gap, there is a button with the drop-down list. Left-click on this button to reveal the drop-down list of options for that gap. Select the option you think best fills the gap. Part 3 is listening test, which consists of questions that are based on audio or video clips which begin to play automatically. You hear each audio or video clip only once, so listen carefully. You are allowed to take notes. This task takes approximately 45 to 57 minutes. The first task of listening test is summarize spoken text. You have 10 minutes to write your summary. Make sure to write a minimum of 50 words, but no more than 70 words. This one of most important task for higher scoring also. The second task of listening test is multiple choice, multiple answer. For this item type you need to listen to the recording and answer the multiple choice question. There is more than one correct response. The audio begins to play automatically. You are only able to listen to the audio recording once. The third task of listening test is fill in the blank. For this item type you are presented with the transcript of the audio recording, however, some words are missing. Restore the transcript by typing in the missing words. The fourth task of listening test is highlight correct summary. For this item type you need to select the summary that best matches the recording. There are several possible response options, but only one is correct. The fifth task of listening test is multiple choice, single answer. For this item type you need to listen to the recording and answer the multiple choice question. There are several possible response options, but only one is correct. The sixth task of listening test is select missing word. For this item type the last word or a group of words in the recording has been replaced by a beep. Select the most appropriate option to complete the recording. There are several possible response options, but only one is correct. The seventh task of listening test is highlight incorrect words. For this item type you are presented with the transcript of the audio recording, however, the transcript contains some errors. While listening and reading, you need to select the words in the text that differ from what the speaker says. The eighth task of listening test is write from dictation. For this item type you hear a short sentence. Type the sentence into the response box at the bottom of the screen. Note: while the audio is playing, you can take notes on the erasable note board provided. Remember to check your spelling.